Thank you.
I think about you all the time.
I think about you too. I hope you make it in Congress. I hope we get change. We need it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
That was one of my students. And
You got emotional there.
yeah, he had a Teen Turner. He had a very hard life. Yeah, I don't want to put his business.
Yeah.
But he was one of my students at Tri-C.
Make sure you
And
the last one.
yeah, I taught at Cuyahoga Community College, which is a community college, and it takes all types of students. And a lot of those students have a lot of heartache. Like me, I started off at Tri-C. I'm a first-generation college graduate. And some students leave a mark on you. And he did. And I knew that he was not in the best living circumstances. And I did everything I could to try. And we kind of lost touch over the years. And I just think about him often. So I'm glad to see him.
Lastly, because I don't want to get you more emotional, what's at stake in this election? Obviously, we know the money's coming down. It's a brand new district. You got Lakewood, and your campaign has been knocking on doors, isn't that? What's at stake for you, Cleveland, and the progressive movement?
Only everything that we love is on the line, and for students like my student Christian and others whose names I do not necessarily know, the future of this district, my state, and this country is on the line. We need to send people to Congress who are going to stand up to the obscene powers that are there, the corporatist type powers that are draining this society out of its lifeblood, the people who are helping to fund this campaign on the other side. They don't want to see a Green New Deal. Those type of people, they don't want people to have universal health care. They don't want people to make a living wage. They don't. And so either Greater Cleveland can send a champion and a fighter, somebody that's going to fight with and for like me, or they can continue to allow this district to be bought. Because that money pouring in here, they're buying this race, and they don't care about the people who work, live, play, fight in this district. They don't care. They just want to control the seats. They just want to control the power. And so I'm running so that the power is restored to the people. That's what this is at stake, Jordan. And a fuller vision.
Real quick, lastly, I assume once elected, we could expect Nina Turner to agitate.
Agitate, aggravate, do the things necessary to lift up my people, the people who are poor. Cleveland is the poorest city of its size, so you better believe I am going to lift them up. And sometimes lifting them up may mean being on the same page as everybody else, because there's some good things that Democrats have done and can do, but other times I'm gonna have the courage to ask for more. Most of the time I'm gonna have the courage to ask for more, because we behind. We have built out Wall Street. We need to put a down payment on the hoods where people are misunderstood, and I mean rural hoods, urban hoods, and suburban hoods. So I am an unbought and unbossed Democrat, Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm, and I'm going to do what it takes. I am going to do what Congressman John Lewis said to do, which is to make good trouble on behalf of the people that I serve. Sometimes that means I'm going to be on the same page, and other times it's just I'm going to ask for more. That's it.
Thank you. Good luck. Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup. I am here in a drizzly, raining Cleveland on Election Day. Nina Turner for Shontel Brown. We are here at Louisa May Alcott Elementary School, which is a polling location. We've been here for a few minutes, seen a few people come in and out. It is, what time? About 11:40 in the morning, so obviously people are at work. You don't expect this to be a very busy time in terms of people voting. But the rain is going to get worse as the day goes on today. It's supposed to thunderstorm around 4 o'clock Eastern. It shows between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Obviously, that's prime kind of voting times because people are getting off of work. The polls close at 7:30, so it really remains to be seen how much the weather will affect things. This morning, shockingly, there was problems with the voting machines, specifically the scanning of the machines. Let me just read to you what the Board of Elections had said about this. So the Board of Elections said, when voters are issued ballots, the poll workers record the stub number. The electronic poll books that are used to scan and record ballot stub numbers are not automatically recording the stub numbers. This does not affect the ability of voters to cast ballots. Poll workers are entering the stub numbers into the electronic poll books manually or recording the stub numbers on backup paper poll books. To dumb that down, there was an issue with I guess, the way things scan. They say that votes still counted. The problem is, while this issue is being sorted out, voters left across Cuyahoga County, which is the county Cleveland is part of. That includes voters leaving, from what I saw, Beechwood, which is the area that Shontel Brown crushed Nina Turner in August of 2021. The early voting numbers in Beechwood, which, again, Shontel Brown needs to get huge numbers in Beechwood. The early voting numbers before Election Day were not good for Shontel Brown. They were fairly low in Beechwood. And I saw earlier this morning reports that people were leaving polling places in Beechwood and other places across the county because of this issue. The Board of Elections said it was an issue only for about an hour, and it has been resolved. But it's unlikely people are who left because they couldn't vote or didn't have time to wait while the Board of Election was dealing with this. Very unlikely they're going to come back later after work in thunderstorms. So who knows how that's going to affect things. But a source on Nina Turner's campaign said to me, we're cautiously optimistic. That can mean a lot of things, but from what I have seen, based on reporting here in August during the special election where Nina Turner lost, and now the early numbers seem to, I don't want to say favor, but seem to be down for Brown, seem to be down for Shontel Brown, whereas the numbers specifically in Lakewood, which we're going to go there next, Lakewood is brand new to the district. Bernie Sanders won Lakewood in 2016 and 2020. The Lakewood numbers, early votes before Election Day, weren't through the roof or anything, but they were higher than Beechwood, which again was that Shontel Brown stronghold. She beat Nina Turner there. She almost had 2,500 votes in Beechwood. Nina Turner only had like 550 or so. So she crushed Nina Turner in Beechwood, but again, the numbers were down for Shontel Brown in Beechwood, which might be why she called in the cavalry. Jim Clyburn, Hakeem Jeffries, Tim Ryan, Joyce Betty, who is a congresswoman from Ohio. She's here for Shontel Brown. The numbers for Shontel Brown might have not looked so good, and that's why they might have brought in all these establishment corporate villains to try and save her, in addition to Biden's endorsement days before. The last thing I'll say is Nina Turner's campaign, the ground game was a lot better this time. They've been out since February, so it's really who's going to turn out their vote. Right now, it's bearable. It's only drizzling. Later, when it's thunderstorming, that might really make an impact. Now we're off to Lakewood again, which is brand new to the district, and Bernie won in 2016 and 2020. We'll see what's going on there. Is Jordan still out in a rainy election day? We're here in Lakewood, which is brand new to this district. In 2016 and 2020, Lakewood, Ohio, which is kind of a suburb, went for Bernie Sanders in 2016 by quite a bit. So, one would think that it might be a favorable area for Nina Turner. Again, it's brand new to the district, so there's nothing to compare it to. But in the early voting numbers, Lakewood numbers were close to about 800 early in-person votes and absentee ballots. And just by the look of it here, we're at Roosevelt Elementary School. The parking lot is full. So that's a good sign that you have a lot of voters here. Not necessarily because they went for Bernie. Does that mean that it automatically will go for Nina Turner? But I would think it would be favorable to her. And for Nina Turner, if she's going to win Lakewood, it's not just about winning. It's about getting those numbers up, getting the margins up, so it could help her, compensate for areas that she might not do as well. We have a pretty steady flow of people coming in and out since we've been here. Again, it's raining. It's going to be pouring a little bit later, so it might affect things. Lakewood's brand new to the district for Congress. Is this your first time voting for Congress for Ohio's 11th district? No?
No.
Okay. And what kind of stood out to you with the candidates this time, Shontel Brown and Nina Turner?
You know, I'm not sure if I voted for either one of them.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you.
You didn't vote in that one?
I have a short-term memory
Okay.
loss, you know.
Gotcha.
Just for walking in, filling out, come back out.
What are the top issues for you as far as voting?
Wow. Well, everything that's going on, you know, price-wise, inflation, gas, heating, and getting Democrats out of office.
Getting Democrats out of office.
Absolutely. We need to get back to the basics.
So you're a Republican voter then?
Yes, I am. Very constitutionally, bound. You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Phil.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And it's a disgrace of what happened with the Supreme Court. Yeah.
A disgrace what they're doing?
What happened?
The leak.
The leak. Yeah. That's not good.
So you're more upset about the information being leaked than them, they're, reportedly.
Not something that should ever happen. And that's never happened before, so, as you well know if you're familiar with the Supreme Court.
What do you think about the decision, which seems to be overturning Roe v. Wade?
It's the right decision. Put it back to the states. Let the people decide. I don't think the courts should. First of all, it's not even in the Constitution to begin with. Okay, so back in '74, it said it never happened at all. So.
Isn't it in the Constitution, separation of church and state, though?
There's no such thing as separation of church and state.
No?
No, you guys are reading between the lines or something like that. I don't know. But no, the Constitution has nothing to say about it's to keep government away from religion. Okay?
Got it. Thank you, sir. What's your name?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Is Lakewood's new to Ohio's 11th district, so is this your first time voting for certain races, Congress, etc.?
I'm not the most informed citizen, but so I have tried to vote, but I don't always vote in the primaries, but I came out today.
Okay. Lakewood actually went for Bernie Sanders back in 2016 for Congress. I mean, you could say who you voted for or not, but between Shontel Brown and Nina Turner, did you consider both, or there was one you were kind of leaning towards?
I actually had attended an Adams Board committee meeting, and Nina Turner was there, so I respected that she was there. But I had heard some reports that maybe she was a little divisive. I don't know, though, I guess I'd rather not say exactly who I voted for, but
that's fine.
But it was a difficult choice, and I respect both candidates.
Great. Thanks. Appreciate it. And your name?
Jonathan.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And so that's one voter. Think we could kind of get a feel. And that quite a lot, honestly, that was a big campaign weapon that Shontel Brown used. She's divisive. And the ads that, Nina Turner, she's not a loyal Democrat, and she said voting for Biden was like a bowl of shit, and blah, 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 blah. And unfortunately, a lot of voters, he's just one of them, not a bad dude, are uninformed. They have no idea who these candidates are taking money from. They have no idea what terrible things they're doing in D.C., and they latch on to what they see on TV, which is divisive. In reality, Shontel Brown is actually not backing Biden on many things, including the Iran nuclear deal. Democratic majority for Israel, AIPAC, Super PAC have been pouring money in to try and prop up Shontel Brown, and Shontel Brown, in response, is trying to block Biden from re-entering the Iran nuclear deal with 16 or 17 other Democrats. But that's not divisive. So, oh well. So that's another voter coming out. So we'll see. I think Lakewood might play a major role in who wins this election. It could be the X factor because, again, it's brand new to the district, and Bernie won it in 2016 and 2020. So we'll see what happens. I expect the rain to play a part here in who wins, particularly since it's projected to be thunderstorming out come later on in the day between 4 and 6 o'clock, which is obviously when a lot of people get off work and vote. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, and make sure to tune in to Status Coup's daily live stream Monday through Thursday at 5 o'clock Eastern Time and Fridays at 4 o'clock Eastern Time.